So just a little bit of a talk about managing your expectations that we spoke about in the previous video on the planning. So some of you might identify an area that you think is slightly weaker than in other areas of your game. It could be your driver, it could be your 7-iron, it could be your wedges, okay? But I think it's important to sort of understand what is good for that sort of level of golf. So for example, the European Tour standard, what we call proximity to the hole, is around about 4.5%. So if they're hitting a 100-yard shot, they're looking at getting it within a nice 4.5-yard ring of that target. Okay, so a couple of, just to give you a little idea, scratch golfers, you're working to about roughly 7%. Category 1 golfers are about 10%. Category 2 probably up to 15, and then 20% and higher for your category 3. So you can then do a little assessment of areas of your game you want to improve and see where you fall in, what categories you fall in. So Phil's just hit 4 shots using the top tracer what's in my bag, and he's hitting this club about 100 yards. Okay, so you can see that if we're working, what sort of area do you think you want to work to? Category 2, category 1?
Yeah, in between, like probably category 2 really.
Category 2. So we're aiming for about a 15% gap. So he's hit a couple up at 110, which is great. A couple down in the sort of 95s, 96. So he's well within that area that he wants to be. And then if you look on your left side, we are up to about 12 yards left of target. So again, we're sort of nicely within that area. So he's just going to hit one more, see if he can complete the average. I'm sure you can, Phil. I've got plenty of faith in you. Okay.
The other way.
We're on the other way. So you can see here, this one here just spikes that up a little bit. So we've had a little miss to the right, and it's fallen outside of that bracket that we were aiming for. So we've had 4 out of 5 within the area, 1 out of 5 to the right of target, and has fallen outside of that. So this is a really good way of doing that with all areas of your golf. So you can do it with your wedges, your mid-irons, your driver. See where you fall in that category. So like I say, 7% scratch, 10% category 1, 15% category 2, 20% and above category 3. And see if you can rate your game in different areas, and then work on that area and see if you can reduce that. I think that's a really good exercise for people to do.